might just see Mara bouncing on the trampoline. I see the trampoline bouncing Mara.
There is a lot of physics involved behind why a trampoline makes you bounce so high. We will be focusing on the energy behind trampolines.
As you jump, EP is the greatest when you reach the lowest point of your cycle. EP is the potential energy stored as a result of applying a force to deform an elastic object such as a spring. EP is stored in the springs in the black elastic mat of a trampoline, which is the reason behind why a trampoline allows you to bounce so high. We know this from the equation US equals 1/2 kx squared, k being the spring displacement, and since k is a constant and the spring is stretched the most here, EP is at its maximum. Because springs and mat are only temporarily stretched and want to return to their equilibrium position, they compress back together, resulting in the black mat pushing you into the air.
When you jump to your maximum height, which is right here, GPE is the greatest. GPE is defined as the stored energy possessed by an object due to a position. We know this because of the equation PE equals mgh. Since m and g are constant and h is at the max, GPE is greatest. Also because there is no velocity at this point, KE equals 0. Likewise, since the spring isn't stretched, EP equals 0. From the law of conservation of energy, we know that all of the KE and EP was transformed into GPE.
While you jump, KE is at the greatest just before you return to the black mat and just as you leave. KE is defined as the energy from motion. We know that KE is at its maximum due to the conservation of energy. Assuming that the black mat is at a height of 0, we know that GPE is also 0. Also, since the springs are in equilibrium position because no force is being applied to them, elastic potential energy also has to equal 0, resulting in KE being at its maximum.
Earlier stated, we said that there is EPE stored in the springs of a trampoline that allows people to jump so high. This is because when you do work on a spring, the work done on the spring is converted into EPE. Once the stretched spring is released, the stored EPE is converted into KE. This is explained by the law of conservation of energy, which states energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only transformed. From this law, we can derive the equation delta KE equals delta GPE equals delta EPE.
Another way we know that the trampoline allows people to jump high is from Hooke's law, which states that F equals negative kx, k being the spring constant and x being the displacement of the spring. If x increases, we know that the trampoline will exert a greater force on Mara.
Throughout this demonstration, we assume that energy stays in the form of mechanical energy. However, some energy is lost to sound and heat through friction, as heard here. Thanks for watching!
Tell me why the AP exam's gonna shake us with a giant ray. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say